Let's start by prepping the skin. I'm using the Vitamin Enrich Face Base by Bobbi Brown. I'm going to use the pore filling primer at the center of the face just because I have large pores. So if I'm not using the gripping primer, I always use some sort of a silicone based primer, filling the pores. Okay, I'm going to use MAC Studio Finish to correct the skin with a smaller brush. I'm going to swirl it into the concealer and do some sort of skin correction here. This is in shade NW40 in correction here, to correct the skin. I feel like MAC Cosmetics has gone silent a bit. So this side is nicely corrected and this side is without. Okay, I'm going to use a little lipstick. This is Viva Glam. Use a brush to take it and dab it here. Wow, that is a lot. A little here like that. That's super. I'm going to use NC40 for the under eyes. I'm using the same brush and I'm going to stamp it here like that. Yeah. So I'm going to use and then blend the highlight concealer over the blush shade like this. Stamping motion. Blush, like that. That of a contour shade like that. And then using the same brush to go over it. I take a little NC40 and go over the bridge of the nose, just like. I take the brush with no additional products and I go over the highlight concealer at the bridge of the nose. This is nicely put together. It looks like taking a sponge to go all over the face, to get rid of any brush strokes. And I'm gonna go ahead and use Studio Fix for the face with a brush, to kind of in stamping motion. I'm not using much, and a light layer, just to lock in the concealer. Then I take back the brush and go to my neck. Let's do the eyebrows and move on to the next. I'm going to use this eyebrow pencil from my local store. I'm going to use NW40 to clean the eyebrow. use a little of the Viva Glam. Okay, I'm gonna use this gloss at the center. Let's use setting spray. So I'm gonna use the Fever Matte blush and hint it up a bit here. You know, this look, we didn't use bronzer, we didn't use contour. It's just few MAC products I use. And yeah, this is pretty much what we take Penteli Paint Pot. I'm using my finger to take a little and go all over my eyelid, you know, just to try to bring some sort of a moist to the eyelid. This dries super fast though. So let's see. So I'm gonna use Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I was going to go for the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I feel like this palette have enough warm brown. So yeah, let's stick to this. I'm going to take this shade with a fluffy blending brush. I'm taking the shade back and forth at the high point of the upper crease. Slowly take it down to the inner corner in circular motion, and then back and forth to the outer V. Taking the next shade, not much difference, but it's a bit darker than the first one. So yeah. Just go back and forth over and over until you get the intensity that you want. In this case, the two shades are just the same, a little different on that tone. The two shades I'm using, they look the same. Any brown eyeshadow with a little hint of warmness will do the same thing. Okay, let's dive into this shade. I'm gonna blend that at the high point of the outer V. You see this have some sort of warmness to it, so it's looking a bit reddish, but I will deepen it up again with darker shade. Just blend in circular motion from the high point of the outer V to the high point of the upper crease. Switching the brush to smaller blending brush, take this shade, blend it back and forth from the outer corner to the inner crease, you know, to form some sort of a crease line. The same brush, and I go back and forth at the lower lash line, you know, trying to smoke it out. I'm taking a black liner. This is Aqua Resist by Makeup Forever. Use this like some sort of a tight line at the outer corner and blend it to the outer V. Notice I'm not dragging it. I'm just back the same brush and I go over it. Then I'm taking the darker shade, then I'm gonna blend that at the outer V over the liner. I'm focusing this only at the outer corner over the liner. Taking back the paint pot with my pinky finger, I'm gonna take a little and dab it at the center of the lid, you know, just like this, and gradually stamp it back and forth. I'm going to take Sephora Pro 27 and take this shade here, place it over the paint pot I have going on there, you know, to try and make it look a bit more smooth. And take back the darker shade brush and go back and forth at the edges. With a pointed brush, I'm going to take this shade, place it at the inner part. Now let's curl the lashes, put on mascara and call it a day. Let's do mascara. on half lashes. I'm gonna quickly do nose highlighter, on the bridge of the. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Super simple and easy. And so we round up. Drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on my next one. Thanks for watching. See you after. Bye.